They say the most artistic things are the things you tend to not really understand when you truly look at it. And that makes perfect sense for this artwork because I have no idea what's going on. That said, let's play with Zoroark VSTAR. Before we begin, I'd like to thank the sponsors of the channel, PDCGO Store, where you can buy codes with 5% off using the discount code FTW, and PokeXword, a Pokemon puzzle and crossword website. Links to both of these websites are linked in the description down below. Now, let's get going. Ah yes, the card that came out in Lost Origins and was absolutely overshadowed by Giratina, the absolute fraud. One of my favorite cards when it initially came out, but as soon as I discovered it weren't that good, just like a Glory Hunter, I decided to ditch it very quickly. But nonetheless, it's still a very, very strong card and even got top 8 shortly after its release. I don't know how long ago it's been now, it's been a little while, but it did get top 8 once, so, it's something. Now, granted, this isn't the top 8 list. It's definitely one that I have just built from the ground up myself, accommodating more so for the Melony engine. Nothing groundbreaking, nothing new, but what I really like about the Melony engine is we don't have to play the double turbo energy, and we are playing no double turbo, none of it. And on top of that, we're also playing no Radiant Holucha, because the reason why Holucha is in Zoroark is to accommodate for the fact that you're playing double turbo energy. And why does this matter? Because with the Zoroark ticking curse attack, if you have damage counters on all Pokemon in play, you're doing 280 damage with no modification. Choice Belt brings it up to 310, and you need that Holucha to get to that extra 320, 330 range to get some more important VMAXs like Duraludon, which, by the way, Duraludon's going to walk over you in the first place, considering that we only played special energy usually when you're going with that turbo build. But again, it can act as a pseudo Choice Belt on some VMAXs like Mew, let's say. But with the Holucha gone and out of the way, you are doing perfect numbers. Going to 250 with 5 Pokemon with damage counters on it, which is 280 for a Choice Belt, which we do have in here, of course. 300 with all Pokemon in play having damage counters, and 330 with a Choice Belt, meaning the Choice Belt will be able to accommodate for that missing damage that Holucha was trying to do with double turbo energy. Meaning we have space for a very important Radiant card, which in the last video, a lot of you guys didn't respect. It is Radiant Greninja, the best Radiant card there is currently. Don't at me. So for those who are unaware, yesterday I made a video on Mewtwo VSTAR, and I included Radiant Greninja, and I had some comments talking about including Radiant Holucha. A great shout, just as much as it is a great shout for Zoroark. But this just unlocks the Melony engine in this case, because it just gets that water energy and the discard power, drawing you some extra cards, setting up Melony plays, allowing you to get manual attachments for the likes of V-Guard energy. Trust me, the V-Guard has come into play a lot more than you would probably think. And also the likes of Capture Energy, which I know is kind of counterintuitive to the strategy of using Gapejaw, but again, very, very strong. I like opening with Capture because you can attach to a Zoroark V, get Radiant Greninja out, and if you have water energy in play, start, drawing cards, discarding, setting up the stuff, and Damage Pump can deal with that funny damage not being put down into play in the late games. Damage Pump is so important in this list, but again has not let me down. We have an Empoleon V to help deal with the likes of the Miltanks, which of course we have no way of dealing with in the double turbo variant, and also being able to slow down the likes of Comfy Engines and Lost Boxes, which again is quite strong. So we definitely have that in there for that reason. But other than that, it's pretty much a bog standard stuff. A very, very nice list. Has to be my favorite Zoroark list so far, and just does the job. So let's get into it and let me show you how it runs. Right, here we go. So there's a few notable problems with the deck, right, that are glaringly obvious. First off is path locking. We can definitely get path locked. We are very reliant on V abilities, right? So rule box abilities. We have Greninja, which gets turned off by path. We have Zoroark's main ability, V-Star power, which gets turned off by path. Crobat's Luminions, all of it gets turned off by path. We are super weak to path to the peak. Right. So I've got a Pumpkaboo in here to help with that on top of the already 4 stadiums. So there's that. And the other one is actually something you may witness now is the going second problem. We are a weak V just chilling. That Mew can KO like this, right? Especially got on the second turn. This is where V-Guard comes in and hopefully helps to at least keep us alive for a turn. The hand, unfortunately, here is terrible. But we are likely to survive this turn. It means they need to hit 240. Turbo energy plus Choice Belt is 210. Then they have to get themselves a, what's it called? A thingamabob. Power tablet, right? They need to do that, which of course we all know this is likely to do. It's a Mew. But if I actually was able to get a bench Pokemon, it means they'd have to boss and do that, which is just an extra step, which is more difficult for them. They have to get that on top of the Choice Belt. It's just harder, right? Which means you survive more turns in general. It may be the case now that we get exactly that scenario, but we just have to wait and see. Again, Mew is a very, very rough matchup, unless you have, you know, at least if you get 2 Zoroark V down, then you've got a different thing, right? In fact, I'd always argue, try and get 2 Zoroark V down if you're playing against Mew going second, because if you just come up with 1 Zoroark V, manage to get the 1-hit KO on a Mew VMAX, even if they KO that Zoroark V-Star, you can go ahead and, you know, try and dig for that final gust to be able to actually KO the final Mew VMAX, and that's game, right? But ultimately, we haven't actually been able to get that down. So this is just Mew doing Mew, you know, during half its deck turn 2. And we may not see that actually take place, unfortunately, which would suck. But it is, oh, don't say, okay. There we go. The V-Guard has served its purpose. Indeed it has. Thankfully, they didn't place Path. We can go ahead and just use our V-Star power. Okay, we're still, you know, we're up to here, if you catch my drift, right now. But there's something that could happen here if we get a good bit of luck come our way. Let's Melony onto this bad boy. Okay, get you down. You can get Gengar out. Oh my God. I think we just got a KO on Mew in response. Granted, I have to bench some awful cards, but that actually gets me a KO on Mew. Ticket Curse, the response, mate, is ridiculous. Even with Oricorio, you don't need the tablets, bro. Not the tablets, sorry. You don't need the Greninjas. You don't need the Greninjas, bro. You don't need them. They've scooped. Yes. What a response. Oh my God. Okay, Zoroark is interesting. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and just start working. I think we start working, we start operating. Capture energy for Greninja, get rid of the water energy. Just draw some extra cards. It seems like a bad move, right? Because obviously that water energy could be attached to therefore allow Zoroark to attack. But I'm confident enough in the deck to be able to find energy next turn regardless. Even though we got nothing there. Still, we got discard fodder for the quick ball, which is fine. So I think we're okay for now. We want to exert pressure still. Like this, the one thing Zoroark's really good at is putting on pressure. Is in the early games coming in with high damage output and just saying, right, you can't set up, bro. We're coming in hot and quick. Unless you slow us down, which is why like Path and stuff comes into play. So this isn't Zoroark. This is wild. I've just, for context, just beaten a Mew and played against a Goodra, which scooped up against me. Early turns, and then they match me against this. Hey, the ladder doesn't fail to surprise. It never does, eh? Anyway, let's think about what we want to do here. I kind of want to get Gengars out and into the bin. If we've only got the one anyway, so what I'm actually going to do is, I don't see any bench damage coming through, so we get rid of these two. Get Zoroark VSTAR out. That's fine. Let's get this one. Get this one. By the way, I wanted 3 of these, but I just couldn't find the 3rd one. They just weren't on the trade market, which sucks. Here's what it is at the end of the day, innit? We're going to be benching a lot of things without putting damage down, but I'm fine with that. We can Gengar, get some damage pump moving. Should be okay. Should be okay. This is where like the damage pumps are just so good for this particular build. It just makes sure that if you are lacking that little extra damage on the board, you can just Gengar and start making things happen. Right. This is definitely a turn to, I kind of want to Crobat, but I think we do. I think we Crobat. I think we do. Because I know it took me a second there to really deep that, but I'm thinking, what? If I'm in a dire situation and I had both available, what would I want more? It is Phantom Star. Discard draw is like guaranteed 7 cards. That's more of you're in a sticky situation type deal, right? There's Melony, which is fantastic. So we can Melony onto this Zoroark. Go ahead, attach the V-Guard here. We've got enough damage now to do stuff anyway. We even have another Greninja Shout, which I don't see needing to be used right now. Granted, though, I always like having a water energy discard pile, but we don't need it just yet. All right, Ticking Curse, just get the KO on that. Now, we are weak to fighting. There we go. That's probably why we matched up against this, because we're weak to fighting. Listen, you can't come up against a Mew, a Goodra, win them both, and then they suddenly give you Sandaconda. It has to be because it's fighting type. It has to be. They're like, right, he's winning a lot of games. Let's just match him up against weakness and try and slow him down and humble the fella. Innit? Even my phone agrees. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, yeah, make sure it isn't anything emergency based. Arazu, I know what you do now because I did that video ranking all the supporter cards. If you haven't seen that, I would put it up there, but I will forget. Anyway, that was a bunch of stuff. So this is a strange Zoroark deck. Zoroark, I said Zoroark. It is a Zoroark deck. All right, but that's just a dub on our part. Instant. There you go. Bro, this deck just gets so many insta-dubs. Okay. Okay. This is where the likes of playing that double turbo energy. I know I'm really like hating on double turbo energy right now, but I get it, right? The double turbo energy is a lot easier for Zoroark because you can just attach and attack immediately, but for the likes of this stuff, mate, it ain't about that. Right, so clearly we're gonna have to try and work on finding that Empoleon. The hand is a bit sus. Yeah, definitely quite rough, unfortunately, and that top deck doesn't help. But nonetheless, we can attach to this Crobat quite comfortably, to be fair, and go ahead and start. I'm not going to put Gapejaw down. I want to get Empoleon out, basically. I just want Empoleon down. That's basically it now. That's where we're at. Unfortunately, not the case just yet. I can go for a cheeky Void return if I really want to. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be it, unfortunately. This is just terrible, unfortunately. Honestly, the worst hand I think I've seen for a while. Is it worth doing it? That's the question. I don't think so, because actually, yeah, I actually don't mind getting that. No. Okay, no, I'm going to pass. Because next time we can capture energy, get that Empoleon down and just manually retreat to it. And effectively just at least slow down this cheeky Miltank that's going to come in and start trying to do some stuff. So, and it will actually activate Melony as well, which is good. So, all right. I know we're kind of going against the Zoroark thing, but at least we get to show Empoleon, you know, doing its thing a little bit and go, right, okay, there's a purpose for this thing now. And what's really good is the fact that we're not so reliant on special energy. Yveltal's Cycle of Destruction isn't a threat. It's just not a problem. Next turn, we're not getting an attack off this turn. So next turn, we can hopefully get Empoleon attacking and then just go from there. That's a pain. The fact that it has the Cape Toughness means it's 2-hit KO for us, but you know what? It is what it is. So this is Stall. Okay, I know this kind of deck. All right, I know what it's about. What a top deck, by the way. That top deck is filth. Greninja top deck? Okay. All right, mate. Well, I'm hoping Empoleon can come in and just sort stuff out a little bit. Now, thing is, right, I need to get in a... We do have Lumineon in the deck. So I think we'll get rid of the damage pump for now. That's fine. Get Lumineon, guarantee the Melony. And then we can just start attacking and putting the pressure on very quickly. But to be fair, I've never actually played against this deck. I know it's done well. What? Has it done well at regionals or is it online? I've heard of the deck. Let's say that. I've seen it pop up somewhere and I'm curious. But that said, I don't really know how this deck I'm playing against functions because I've never played it. So bear that in mind. I may be completely grossly ignoring an obvious factor here, but it just isn't here right now. It's just not popping into my head. I don't know. I've never played it. But we're going to try and do it this way with the Empoleon. Thankfully, the Empoleon isn't in a kind of sticky situation where they're 2-hit KOing us. They have to 3-hit KO us. I'm going to get Zoroark out because it's still a way to draw, which is, again, so good. I didn't even mention that at the start. The fact they can just discard and draw 7 is very strong. I can move an energy to Greninja, which, by the way, can be used in this deck quite comfortably. We take 2 Raihan, bro. Get 1 energy attached to Greninja, and then Raihan just opens up the floodgates. So that's pretty cool. So I think now I'm just going to go ahead and, yeah, get a Swirling Slice in. If I have to find energy again next turn, do we have... We do have 1 in discard pile. Let's move it to Greninja. So we can just, you know, dig for another Melony. We could just go straight for our VSTAR power and go from there. But setting up Greninja feels quite nice because then I can just start sniping stuff, especially that Starly. It looks quite cool. It does look quite cool. But ultimately, we're shutting this off as well, which is really nice. Okay, so now's the time to start doing things, I think. I think we get a Crobat. Or do I kind of just like sit there and say, I get it, like I've got it? I don't know, man. 1 Melony. We have a lot of energy available still. 6. Do I V-Star power first or do I Crobat V-Star power? That's the question I'm thinking. I think we got to guarantee it, right? We got to guarantee the KO. Yeah, fine. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. I'm going to get get myself a Gengar. Get that in the discard pile. Late game, if we're needing to do serious damage with this, which I don't think we do, but if we are in that position of needing to do that, you know, we can get Gengars out, start damage pumping, all that kind of stuff. For now, we're just trying to keep Empoleon moving. Okay, that's nice. That's really nice. In that case, we just go ahead, attach, and attack. And that's cool. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. And then Greninja can come up next turn if need be, which is lovely. But Zoroark's not even having a showing here. But hey, I want to show its worth, I guess, to a degree, in matchups that really would naturally unfavor it. Showing why cards are in here, why they exist, why the Empoleon's about, why the Melony works with it, all that kind of stuff. Which is nice. So there's that. Right, boss. Are we going to see... Yes, okay, that's what I was expecting. Okay, that's a lie. I wasn't expecting that. But we can go hyper-aggressive. Hyper-aggressive. And... Oh, God, it's too aggressive, isn't it? It's super aggressive. But I could come in here and just be like, right, let me just find that energy and just guarantee my retreat here. KO this Donny. You know, put in a position where Empoleon still stays active, so they can't use Starly. At least without finding energy to do so. And that would just be dangerous, wouldn't it? Absolutely dangerous. Okay. Oh, okay, we got to risk it for a biscuit. Here is Phantom Star. Coming in, just discard it. 2 Raihan's gone though, feels rough. Just an energy is all I need, and we've got it, which is lovely. In fact, I don't even need that. I could just Gapejaw. That's great news. In fact, I think that's important because I haven't been able to attack with this Donny. Do I Greninja? Maybe I do. Oh. No, we don't. We keep Empoleon out, don't we? We always keep Empoleon. The another thing about Empoleon is it always moves an energy off. So let me just remove that energy, and I always have to find a new one next, like the next turn, which kind of sucks, but fine. That's gone. I just want the Empoleon to stick because the only out I'm probably sure they have right now is this. And all it takes is a Bird Keeper, and then they're going ahead and find 2 cards. But to be fair, I mean, like now, do I just like retreat this and just start hitting? Like, is that what I do? Let's see what they bench. If they bench another low HP Pokemon, Manaphy. Okay, fair play. Could gust the Manaphy, to be fair. Could do that. Manual retreat, gust Manaphy. Or do I manually retreat and just gust the Starly and just say, right, you've only got 2 cards that are kind of useless. Yeah. I think that's it, right? I think that's definitely it. We'll get energy on this Empoleon for now, but I think it's served us well. I think it has. I do need to move down. No, I don't. I just want to KO it. Hey, I love it. Zoroark's only hitting 50 damage, but we got enough to KO. Oh, I feel bad. That's rough. That's really rough. I'm going to get a damage pump. Look at that. Oh, no. Who knew Zoroark doing 50 would have such a powerful impact on that game? That was like the only thing. The only thing really helping them right now. They can draw cards and they can block the bench. That's it. They need to get a... they can get your Veltal down and get that going. Miltank maybe is what they're going to want to see. At that point, it's maybe problematic. But for now, you know, I think we've got the right stuff at the right time so far. Yeah, exactly. I think we're fine. We just need to now ultimately just dig to find... Although maybe I should have Marnied at that point. I don't know. I like the damage pump. I could get rid of that energy, but I feel like maybe Empoleon might need to come through. Less damage pump anyway. Move this onto... probably both the Crobat. Yeah, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. Let's go, man. Let's go. Okay, we're playing Lugia. This is going to be super interesting. 2 1-hit KO Donnies coming at the other. We are going first, which is massive. Absolutely massive. Granted, the thing Lugia has over Zoroark is the fact that you can throw single prizes up. It sets up better ultimately and doesn't need so much work to do high damage output and all that kind of jazz. Lugia is better than Zoroark. Don't get me wrong. Post-rotation, though. I want to see how Zoroark fares, man. I want to see how Zoroark does. Melony stays about. A lot of these cards still hang about post-rotation. So I am curious to see how Zoroark can do. I just want it to do well. That's probably just wants it to happen, you know? Anyway, let's start working. I think I want to Greninja. You can tell I like Greninja in this deck. But we only have the one energy. But it will allow us to Melony next turn and probably just dig that little extra bit further, which I think we're going to need. So we quick ball away probably Lumineon and get Radiant Greninja out. And then start drawing with the Ninja here. That's fine. Oh yeah, look at that, beautiful. Getting energy down. Next time we have Zoroark plus Crobat play plus Lumineon. We are fine. We are absolutely fine. This is just about right, mate. Just about right. The one thing I'll say this list definitely lacks though is its gust power. You know, there's many turns where you're going to be wanting to play Melony. But if you can survive a turn and just get that one extra energy down, then that's usually your go-to turn to get that gust play off. So you don't have as much gust options as you would compared to a typical Zoroark build that plays the turbo. And that's a big selling point, don't get me wrong, right? Anyway, now I kind of regret not getting rid of the million, because if I could have made a gust play happen on this Lugia, I would have done it now, mate, because they are struggling a little bit, clearly. They haven't attached for turn. Okay, no, that's fine, bro. They've already got... Yeah, that's 2 Archeops down. That's 2 Archeops down. Next turn, they've definitely got it. And I kind of want to KO this, though. They're going to just force that single prizer. It's going to get awkward. That said, we can avoid a Lugia KO with... at least it'll be harder for them to do it. With... Okay, hold on. Let me think quickly. I'm trying to use my brain. I'm trying to do loads of things, okay? I don't want to keep getting rid of Gapejaw, because they're going to keep bouncing it. That's the problem. So when I've got Gapejaw in play, it's important to have. That's the best use I'm getting out of Crobat, isn't it? It might not be, though. Okay, let's Melony first. Bro, my phone keeps going off. Right. That's a lot of Ultra Ball, bro. Why is my hand so stacked? What the hell? Bro. Who's out here doing this, eh? What's all this nonsense? All right, we'll get you down. And I know I wanted to keep a Gapejaw and I just threw one in the bin, but I'm just going to start getting things down now. And going from there. Right then. We're going to need a response next turn because I expect this Zoroark to go down. Which, again, I want to get a Gengar out, but do we need it just yet? I don't think we do. I think all these cards are probably going to need next turn. I think. So I'm just going to Ticking Curse, not tickling. Tickling. Ticking Curse. And then let them go on a rampage, you know, just fine. We'll come up with a Zoroark, guarantee our KO. Granted, we will need to get probably damage on all things. I assume they're going to throw a V-Guard on this Lugia just to make it that more difficult. But with Choice Belts and... Oh, no, I think... No, the V-Guard, yeah, puts him to 310 technically. So we need the Choice Belt plus all damage counters in play. So the damage pump's going to help with that a lot. We need to KO this Lugia this turn, basically. We have to do it. So I think holding what's in my hand was the right call. Because I have the Gapejaw if they bounce, which, no, they're not if, they will bounce. There's the V-Guard. So we have that to throw back into play to just make sure whatever we... Oh, we had the hand, bro! That was the hand! The Choice Belt, the Damage Pump, the Gapejaw, the Ball Search. We had everything. Actually, that said, we do need... Oh, my God. We do need a Melony. And I think we are Lumineon down right now. So we are in a dire situation, people. They've just thrown us in the bin. Oh, my God. We had pretty much an ideal hand. Granted, we didn't have... Oh, no, that is a KO, yeah. But like, have they got it? Have they got it? No, they got it. They for sure got it. Yeah, that sucks, bro. That Marnie was so deadly, bro. Oh my gosh. How terrible. How tragic. Right, here's the benefit. I have to get rid of 2 bosses orders for this crap, but we have the V-Star power, at least, right? We have that by our side. You know? We have the energy attachments. We have this. So we're going to get a fresh 7. We need a lot of stuff, though. A lot of things for this to really happen in the way that I want it to. Okay, so. I'm going to just get a bigger hand. See what happens. Melony's huge, but Raihan is more huge. Raihan's a big boy. You know what I mean? Okay, I've got an idea. We Raihan here. The thing is, this is getting KO'd next turn, I can tell. They have enough. 2 power. Yeah, they have enough to KO this next turn as well. Which sucks. Okay. Oh, I don't think I've got it. I think I've whiffed it. I think we've just missed it. No? I need everything. This is 310 HP right now. I need everything with damage. Damage pump. Oh, no, we're fine. We get Gengar. Yeah, we get Gengar. I was going to get... Oh, you saw, right? I was going to get myself the Gapejaw, but I think Gengar is the one. He's the one! He's that guy! I think Gengar's the one. I'm going to bench a Crobat for nothing, but it will make sense. We Crobat. Gengar comes out. This is so dodge that we damage pump onto the Crobat and the Zoroark, and that puts us in range for a 1-hit KO on Lugia VSTAR. Jesus Christ, that was stress. And you know they're just going to come out with another swing that we have to work our absolute butts off again to make happen again. Like we know they've got another V-Guard in there. They've got 2 more powerful energy in there. Like we know that's happened. Oh, no, they don't. Okay, that's huge. But we do have damage counters on ourselves, so they're still not far off, actually. 1 powerful Choice Belt will be able to do it. KO the Zoroark. So that's kind of sucky. You know, we still need a lot to really get another 1-hit KO on a Lugia. But we'll see, man. We'll have to just see what happens, how this pans out. We can do it. It's just a big... Okay, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. Raikou can come out and cause some damage, by the way. I know that for sure. But they've committed 2 Aurora energy to a Lugia. So I don't know why they've done that if Raikou was to play. Yveltal. Okay, Yveltal, yeah, 1-hit KO, fair play. Definitely a threat. Oh, they're going to just do that now? No, they can't. They haven't got enough. They have to tap a Lugia now. They've done things in the wrong order. For sure. Because I just KO this Lugia, find the Yveltal, and then that's it. Okay, they're not. Ah. Now that's a shame. So now I need to somehow get Yveltal up and KO that. Yeah, okay, I didn't see that. All right, you got me. But I got rid of both my bosses, so that just ain't happening. So the only thing I've got to do here is hope that I Marnie them ultimately into... This is where Parasol, by the way, was really good with the old Zoroark deck. I cut out Parasol, but Marnie them into at least one of their special energy. Right? That's basically what we want. Put you here. Yeah. I think we're doing enough to KO this. We're doing exactly the perfect amount. That's useful. Damage pump right now, not really I guess no, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I think we Marnie them and just hope that we Marnie them into special energy that they can't use on Yveltal. That's kind of the dream right now. Okay. That's all we got to hope for, which is a very, very dicey thing. But if we can do that, kind of clutch. Don't think it matters too much. Thankfully, though, we do have the KO. I'm pretty sure we do, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 28. No damage reduction on their side. We don't have to get another Gengar out. We can go ahead and just KO Lugia. Okay, that's fine. And now we just got to hope that we kind of Marnie them out of the game. It's the only thing we're hoping for here. That's very telling. Although that said, it doesn't matter. They have to promote this because they know we've got 1 prize. It doesn't make a difference. Let's see. So they need their 2 Aurora and 1 Heat Fire. There's the Heat, there's the Aurora. Do they have the other one? They had it in hand. Oh my God, we Marnied them into an Aurora. Oh, but the thing is, I don't think, yeah, fair play. If you're also coming in and just closing up shop, fair dues. Wasn't able to deal with the Lugia, unfortunately, but post-rotation, how would have that gone? How would have that gone? I'm curious, because I know it would be the single strike variant, which plays free prizes, which we would punish. How would that matchup gone post-rotation? Right, so today's video did have a lot of like short-lived games that didn't really fully fulfill itself, apart from two, which I think was the one where we played the stall deck that we managed to beat thanks to Empoleon, and that Lugia one, which we did just lose to because of Yveltal. The other ones I know were quite quick, a lot of scoops going around, but I think that's what this deck just does, so I think it's only fair for me to include because it does represent it fairly. Usually when people see Zoroark and they see it setting up well, they just can't be bothered. Unless they know for a fact they can definitely take it on board and definitely, you know, rustle and tussle with the Donny, then a lot of people just scoop it up. They just can't be bothered for that kind of pressure. So that's what Zoroark is, right? It is the pressure card, ultimately. Good fun to play again. How does it fare currently? Currently, it's still not the best. It just, yeah, it's got too many holes, I think. But I am very curious post-rotation as to how it fares, because there's a lot of things in here that, as I said, do just survive and carry over. In fact, I think a lot, if not most of the cards in this deck carry out. I don't think Capture does. Capture doesn't. Most of the cards in this deck carry over, apart from Marnie, but, you know, judge whatever you want to do. Raihan sticks about. Yeah, a lot of these cards stay post-rotation. So Zoroark is not too damaged by it, even if you wanted to keep the double turbo, even then. So it's a good card to think about, at least, for the time being. Crobats do go. That's a big hit. Oh, that's a big hit. Okay, maybe I should lean into Lumineons, Eldergosses, stuff like that a bit more. I think Eldergoss stays. But does Eldergoss go? Does Eldergoss go? Eldergoss. I think it stays. No, it also goes. So the only thing we really have to work with is Lumineon, right? Oh, that's going to be interesting. Okay, that definitely adds a bit more complexity to the discussion. Regardless, good fun. Definitely a good ride and something to play on the ladder if you do get a bit bored. You just want to start smashing things and, you know, just churning your way through the ladder just to get those rewards. By all means, this is a decent shout. So, yeah, we're going to go and leave it there. Did you like it and enjoy? Please do subscribe for more. But most importantly, take care of yourself. And I'll see you in the next one where I go to the moon.